Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today's video is going to be an episode on, or a video on Tropical Storm Chris that will become a hurricane within the next couple of hours. It might be already a hurricane, but the National Hurricane Center hasn't updated on it. So it's very close to being a hurricane status, and I'll also be updating you guys on Tropical Storm Beryl, which isn't anymore a tropical storm, but its remnants that could spawn another tropical storm out of it. So there's two things I really want to update you guys on. But if you liked my channel and if you watched some of my videos and you enjoyed my content, then a great way to show that to me is just clicking that subscribe button. It really helps out a lot and shows me that you guys enjoy my content. So that is always you can do something if you want to again. But so let's get right into this. So you can see right now it's at 990. I think it's a little bit, actually, if we go to the National Hurricane Center right now, it's a little bit higher, 993. Yeah, so it's at 993, the millibar, but you can see it will continue dropping in millibar readings all the way up to 980, a little bit further down. So let's go to Southeast Canada first off, because that is where it will be most likely impacting the area. And you can see at its lowest it will be 973 with the really strong heavy rain. But thankfully there's no big islands that are out in the ocean right here. But eventually it will go and hit Labrador and Newfoundland area. And you can see there's a pretty good swath of rain on the western side of the storm. Obviously, I think it's gonna weaken down to even a tropical depression. The National Hurricane Center is still showing it a storm. If you go to Chris, you can see right here it's still a tropical storm. But I think at that point it will become a I think it'll become a tropical depression. Just leave quite a bit of rain behind. Nothing extraordinary, but it could still cause some flooding and some issues, and you can see later on it just weakens down. So that is the main concern with this event, basically how it will impact Southeast Canada, since that is where it's going to hit, and not many people are used to seeing a tropical storm or even a tropical depression hitting the Southeast Canada. Not many people are used to that. So if we go to total accumulated precip, you can see a swath of quite a bit of rain. This is just from the hurricane. So you can see if further down here, the amounts are towards 175, 200 millimeters of water, which is quite a bit of water. But if we go further up, then it weakens down, only drops down to 80, 90, 100 millimeters, which is round about to about 4 to 6 inches of rain, which may not seem like a lot, but if it falls in such a short time frame, then it can cause some flooding, especially if there are some hilly areas, then the water could rush down into a low-lying area and cause some flooding there. So that is definitely something we'll need to keep watch for. But otherwise, this storm isn't going to be posing much of a threat to the United States. You can see right there it's its path and basically untouched. So later on we'll be seeing quite a bit of rain from other events you could see, but that maybe not be hurricane related necessarily, but I'm not going to talk about it this time around. You can make another video for that. So let's continue talking about Tropical Storm Chris. You can see the current information. It's centered at 33.1 degrees north, 73.1 degrees west. Maximum sustained wind is 70, and in order to be a hurricane, it needs to be maximum sustained wind at 75. So it's almost there. Movement northeast at 9 miles per hour, which is way faster than it has been moving. Yesterday it actually didn't move at all. It was stationary. That's literally what it said, stationary. So it got kicked in the boot by this jet stream that landed further south right here and up. So basically it was bringing some cooler air into eastern part of the United States. I know today we're almost 10 degrees cooler than we were yesterday, and this is basically bringing those winds like this. So along it's just kicking this storm in the booty and bringing it up into Canada. So eventually you can see, 8 a.m. Sunday, it's still showing a storm right by, I think that is England and Ireland and Scotland area. So this, I don't think it will hold this long. I really doubt it. 8 a.m. Sunday, this far north, a tropical storm, I doubt it. But that's what the National Hurricane Center is saying, so that's obviously a possibility. I don't think so, though. I think it will disintegrate. Go to Ventusky weather, which basically shows you all the cyclones at its current location. There is actually super typhoon Maria, I think. Maria, yeah, something along those lines. It's very strong, but I didn't give an update on that because I chose to focus on this since it's closer to homeland. And you can see right now the winds are again around 70 max sustained winds, but these are wind gusts. So if we go to wind speed 10 meters above the ground, again it's max sustained winds at 75. So somewhere in that storm it is up to 70. And if we keep going, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock continues to strengthen throughout the day. By 10 p.m. today in the evening, when you're probably lying in bed, this thing will be already and most likely a hurricane, reaching hurricane status. If we go towards tomorrow, Wednesday, by 1 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday, it's starting to strengthen even more. You can see that's hurricane status. Continues to strengthen while it rides up a couple hundred miles off the east coast. And it continues to spin off, reaching about 80, almost 80 miles per hour right there. You can see 79. So continues to strengthen until it reaches cooler waters, but that is not until it reaches past Maine. You can see right there 80, 82 miles per hour, so probably close to 85 somewhere in the storm. Now 85, so there's probably some pockets of 90 in there. I'm not sure what actually qualifies for a Category 2 hurricane. Let's search that up. Category 2 hurricane. And okay, so between 96 and 110. So this could become a Category 2 hurricane, but I don't think so, but it's a possibility. And if we go to Thursday, the 12th, you can see it moves a lot quicker than. I mean, look, it just jumped the whole thing throughout the day. But let's bring it back to 1 o'clock in the morning, Thursday. Because this is at its power strength. So this could become a Category 2 hurricane. 94, 95, 94. So again, I am not lying to you guys. This, if I say this could become a Category 2 hurricane, it might. So we just read here that its wind range between 96 and 110 during a Category 2 hurricane. So Category 2 hurricane, you can see right here in its strength, the tropical storm or hurricane now, Chris, that will be a hurricane. It's at 94, so that is almost somewhere in that storm. There's definitely some places where it's at 96. Continues to strengthen slightly. You can see 94, 95, but then it slowly, fairly quickly though, starts to weaken down. You can see only right now 84, 85. Skip to 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. It is basically a tropical storm, and continues to weaken rather quickly. So by the time it reaches Labrador, Newfoundland, or Canadian Maritimes, it really is barely a tropical storm, and it's not really much of a wind maker, more of a rain maker. By the 13th of Friday the 13th. Oh, that's an unlucky day. By Friday the 13th, it will be that's a tropical storm, tropical depression, and it continues to go towards the England area. But again, I think that most of the storm will go up north and maybe hit Iceland. But again, at this point, it's fairly weak and won't cause much of a threat. So we got lucky with this storm. Basically, this storm stayed off coast for the United States, and it was perfectly timed for Labrador, Newfoundland, where it starts weakening by then. So this storm could have posed a lot more damage, a lot more bigger of a threat, but we got lucky, and definitely should be thankful for that. So if we go to MSLP and precip, we could now see. I want to show you where tropical storm Beryl can form. So this is it right there. You can see that's its remains. That is tropical storm Chris. This is remnants of tropical storm Beryl. And right there starts redeveloping. You can see right there 1016, very weak low. But again, according to GFS, it won't redevelop and it will just spin off into the coast or off into the Atlantic Ocean. So if we go to the European model, I'm pretty sure it shows a similar story. Yeah, right there, tropical storm Chris. And then Beryl trying to develop something here, but doesn't really develop at all. Let's go to the CMC. I think it's a very similar story. So National Hurricane Center may be giving a bigger chance than actually might happen. So you can see that tropical storm Chris. The CMC has it at its weakest. The European model has it 970 millibars in pressure, while the Canadian model has it 997 millibars in pressure. So this continues to evolve and degrade into a tropical storm or depression in the Canadian Maritimes. However, you can see right there, tropical storm barrel trying to redevelop, but does it? That's a question. This one has a little bit more bullish and may have it develop, but I really don't think it'll develop, but we'll just need to wait and see on that. So that is basically it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. There's really nothing much else about this. If you want to see some wind gusts with this storm that I showed you, Tropical Storm Chris, let's go. I think it's peak, well, yeah, right here. Wednesday, the wind gusts are going to be fairly high. Again, over 100 miles per hour. But then again, that is not sustained. Those are just gusts. Let's go back to 1 a.m. Thursday. I think this is at its peak. You can see that's just basically black in color. So yeah, it's around 104, 105 in wind gusts. Its peak, I think it was going to be late Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. That's when it's going to be its high peak. And I don't think it's going to get much stronger than that. So can it be a Category 2 hurricane? Potentially. And will it? We don't know. Really too close of a call to tell. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel. As always, and see you guys in the next episode.